Hello everyone and welcome back to Cammie's Cuticles. Today I have a very special video coming to you guys. It's going to be an Easter video. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. We're going to go ahead and start with this Modelones gel base coat. I'm just going to quickly apply this to the base of the nails. I'm really excited to bring you guys this video as I just quickly whipped this together. I almost forgot that it was going to be Easter this Sunday. So I was like, oh my gosh, I have to hurry up and make a video and make some content. So this is just something I quickly whipped together and I pulled it out of my brain using just a cute little Easter theme mixed in with like a retro theme that I've been seeing going around the internet lately. So I hope you guys enjoy the finished product. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and put that into the lamp. So now what we're going to do is we're actually going to start and prepare our area. So the first thing I'm going to do is just run through a few products that I'm going to be using today. So first I'm going to use this nail art palette. It's just something I found on Amazon. I saw people using it and I wanted one. We're going to use the dotting tool from Beetles gel. As you can see, it's got two heads for a big and a small size dot. We're going to be using the Beetles Gel Polish Nail Art Brush. This is the same art brush that I used in my last video. They seem to be really reliable and I like the way it feels in my hand. And then we're going to get the white gel polish from Beetles in the 948. So now we're going to get into colors. This is the First Love gel color from Modelones. It's just this nice nudie pink color. As you can see, the colors of the bottle perfectly matches the color that's actually inside, which I love. Makes it easy to identify what colors. So now we're going to use Taro Milk, also from Modelones. It's this pretty like pastel purple color. And next we're going to use the color Aqua from Modelones. It's a nice, I don't know if I would call it pastel blue or sky blue, baby blue, just a nice light blue. So now we're just going to go ahead and blot these onto our nail art palette. This will make it easy for me to be able to just pick up the color that I need and get right into making the nail art. Alright, so now we're done blotting and we're going to go ahead and move on to the next step. So next I'm going to use this color called Matcha Latte from Kiara Sky. I saw this color when they launched it with their spring collection and I absolutely fell in love with it. This will be my first time ever using a Kiara Sky gel polish on this channel. So we're just going to quickly run through going through a few coats of this. I believe I did exactly 3 coats to make it nice and opaque. Alright, so this is what it looks after the first coat. As you can see, it's just a little bit sheer. So we're going to go ahead and pop that in the oven, and I'm just going to apply a couple more coats, and I'm going to do this off camera. Alright, so this is what the nails look like after I applied 3 coats. So now it's nice and opaque and ready for nail art. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the nail art. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a retro theme mixed in with this Easter. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with the pink color. And I'm just going to draw like a curved line. I'm just going to start off with one thin line. And I'm starting with this one thin line so that I can go ahead and basically have an idea of the shape of the line that I'm going to do. And then as I go through it, I'm just going to make the line thicker. Now we're just going to run through making this line thicker. I'm just going to keep doing the same shape over and over again until I get the thickness and the opaqueness that I want with the line. So this is what the pink line is going to look like, and I'm going to quickly pop that into the nail lamp. Alright, so now we are going to go in with this blue shade. And we're going to go the same thing, but we're going to do it underneath the pink line that I already drew. So as you can see, I'm just kind of going a little bit underneath it, not exactly touching it yet, so I can go ahead and get that shape going, and then I'm going to go in and fill in the gaps. And when I started doing this, at first this looks like a Powerpuff themed nail. You have Buttercup as the base and then Blossom, and now I'm painting on Bubbles. So it could give me an idea for a future video if I decide to. I loved the Powerpuff Girls growing up, so this made me so happy to realize. Alright, so now that is ready to go into the nail lamp. And each line that I did it for about 30 seconds under the lamp just to make sure that it stays in place. So now finally I'm going to go in with the purple shade. And I'm going to do the exact same thing, but I'm going to do it beneath the blue color. Alright, so we're done with that, and we're going to go ahead and put that in the nail lamp. So there it is after I took it out the nail lamp. I think it came out pretty well. I've been seeing this style going around the internet here recently, And it's something super simple that I figured I could do, and I wanted to incorporate that into this look. So now we're just going to speed through the rest of the nails. I'm going to do the index finger, the middle finger, and the pinky finger, all in different variations of this retro style. So I'm just going to speed through each nail, and then we'll come back with the finished product for this step of the video. Alright, so here is the index finger. Looks pretty. A little bit different than the... Wait, this is the middle finger. Oh no, we're done with the middle finger. It looks a little bit different than the index finger. Oops, my bad. I don't know my fingers. So now we're going to go ahead and do the pinky nail. Alright, so now we have finished the retro style nail art that I wanted to do for this look. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to incorporate the Easter part. So I'm going to be using the white 948 gel polish from Beetles. I'm going to use the black gel polish from Beetles in the 324. I'm going to use this yellow color called Exotic Birds. This is from Modelones. As you can see, it is a very bright yellow, which is exactly what I wanted for this look. And then we're going to use Passionate from Modelones, which is a bright orange color. Alright, so now we're just going to go ahead and blot these onto the nail slab palette so that we can go ahead and start with the creation of the ring finger. This is going on the ring finger. Alright, so we have our stuff and now we are ready to go ahead and make our design. Alright, so we're going to bring the hand back in and we're going to start on the ring finger. I know my fingers, guys, I promise. I went to school. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and introduce a new item. This is one of the nail art brushes from Makartt in the number 1. This came in a kit, like a trio of brushes in 1, 2, and 3. So this is, I think, to me, I thought it was a little bit shorter than the Beetles one. So that's what I wanted to use to start off this look. So my idea for the look to incorporate Easter into this nail set is I'm going to do a little chick hatching out of its egg. So the first thing I'm going to do is I dipped it in the white polish and I'm going to create the outline for the egg to make it look cracked. So I'm just going to go ahead and just keep making little lines and just basically like a V to make the cracked egg effect. Alright, so now that we're done with that outline, we're going to go ahead and pop that into the nail lamp for about 10 seconds. That's all it needs. And now we're ready to just fill in the rest of the egg. So I did it this way because I wanted to use the round part of the cuticle area to show off that the egg is round at the bottom. However, I did realize that technically this is kind of upside down. If you're wanting to show off your nails, it would be upside down. But I had an idea and I just ran with it. And I already started, so I just kept going. Either way, it's still going to look cute. So, meh. Alright, so now we're done filling in the egg. and we're going to pop that into the nail lamp. Alright, and I think that looks pretty good. So now we're going to go ahead and start doing the little chick. I'm just going to do like a little oval chick, nothing too fancy. So when I do this, it's going to look like a blob at first, but I figured this would be the simplest way that I could do this and still get the idea across on the nail. So we're just going to do, basically it just looks like a little yellow egg coming out of the white egg. But it's going to be a little chick, and you'll see how I do that a little later. Alright, so there is my little chick shape. We're going to put that in the nail lamp to dry, cure for a little bit. And you see me wiping off my brush off camera. So now that that is nice and cured, I'm going to go ahead and add just a couple of elements to show that this is indeed a chick and not a yellow egg coming out of the white egg or egg yolk. This is a little chick. So we're going to use the dotting tool. We're going to dot on 2 black eyes. And then with my nail brush, I'm going to try and just do like a little beak. I tried to do a little triangle shape. I don't think it really came out that way, but it still got the idea across that this is this little beak. It looks so cute with those little eyes. I love it, it's so cute. And there you go. There is my chick. My chick is now complete. So we're gonna put this into the nail lamp and move on to what we're going to do next. And so far it looks cute just like this. Alright, so now I'm going to take some of these butterfly glitters. I got these from Makartt. These came in a nail art kit with some rhinestones and the tweezers and some other things. So I figured I would fill in the empty spaces with these little butterflies and kind of imagine just, you know, butterflies flying through the air in the spring. And so I wanted to do that with this nail look. And off camera, I'm actually struggling to get the little compartment open. It was on there tight, guys. And there we go. So I decided to go ahead and use like the purpley, blue, and white butterflies from this. And I'm going to pick it out with my little tweezers. And there you go. There's a little butterfly and it's in my hand. As you can tell, it is very small. So this is the tweezers, and this is what I'm going to use to put the butterflies onto the nail. And then I'm going to use the nail rhinestone gel from Beetles to adhere the butterflies onto the nail. So we're going to apply the gel, and I'm just going to speed through this part. I'm going to smear the gel all around and put the butterflies into little clusters. There we go. So now we're just going to pop this into the nail lamp to cure and set the butterflies in place. And now the butterflies are all set in place. So now we're going to do one more step to make sure that it doesn't look like this. With all the globs. So you have my trusty Bounty napkins and then this clear polygel from Makartt. So polygel is kind of like a builder gel. You can actually do a lot with polygel. As you can see, it comes in a tube and it's really thick. I'm just going to squeeze some out onto this paper towel so that you guys can see just how clear the polygel is. See how clear it is? It's very clear. So then I'm going to use this Dappen Dish that I got from Amazon. And I'm going to use this Pipette that I also got from Amazon. I believe it came in a pack of like 300. And then just some 70% rubbing alcohol as my slip solution for the polygel. We're going to pipe the alcohol into the Dappen Dish. And then we're going to take this Polygel brush from Astound Beauty. It's a bit crusty, but this is the brush that I use for practice. I don't want to use my good stuff for practice because that's how things can get messed up. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some polygel and we're going to put it on top of the nails. So I want to do a layer of the clear polygel on top of the nails so that you don't see the rhinestone gel seeping from underneath the butterflies, so that everything can look smooth and seamless. So we're going to go ahead and just prep our brush. Like I said, it is a crusty brush. So I have to get it nice and saturated to prepare to move the polygel across the nail. So once we get the brush all ready for application, we just dip it in the alcohol and then take some of the excess off just a little bit, not a lot. And then we're going to move the polygel to form just a coat onto the top of the nail. And so as I was working, I was noticing some weird white stuff forming onto my brush. So I was trying to figure out what it was, because I had to keep wiping it off, wiping it off, wiping it off. And then I dipped my brush back in and tried to go back in and spread the polygel once again. And I'm like swirling it. I was like, maybe it's because my brush was dirty. I tried it again, but it didn't work. I believe that was off camera. And this is when I noticed that there was like a weird film at the bottom of my Dappen Dish, and I realized that I didn't completely clean out my Dappen Dish. I had used monomer to practice some acrylic laying on my other practice hand, and I forgot to completely wipe out and dry the monomer. So the monomer mixed with the alcohol created like a weird gooey substance, and that's what was making my brush all nasty and gunky. So now I'm just using my pipette to kind of get that clear film off. And then I just use my handy dandy bounty paper towel to just completely and utterly get everything out of the Dappen Dish so that we can start fresh. So now I have learned that if you have some leftover monomer in your Dappen Dish and you mix it with alcohol, it's not going to go well. So you just gotta make sure that everything is completely and utterly clean. Lessons have been learned, and now we can move on and start fresh. Now we have a fresh batch of alcohol in the Dappen Dish. Then we're going to put our brush in there. I'm going to swirl it around, seeing if there's any of that weird film, and there wasn't, so we were good to continue on. So what we're doing is we are encapsulating the glitter, and then this also helps with the filing process to make everything look smooth and seamless. So what you do is just you take the alcohol, you dip your brush in the alcohol, and you can just continue to move the polygel throughout the nail. And then towards the end, you can see that I ran out of polygel on the nail. So I had to just add another glob of polygel onto the nail and continue on, and it still was seamless. There were no ridges or anything, and I was able to continue as normal. So now we're just going to speed up through the rest of this nail, and this is the only nail that I'm going to show on camera, because if I did all of the nails, my video would be very long. So just figured if I just showed this one nail, you guys would get a good idea of exactly what I was doing. And there we go. And then we're just going to take off that excess polygel and just keep rubbing the alcohol until it basically can be dripped and torn off, or wiped off actually. Alright, so I'm going to put this into the lamp. As you can see, it looks a little weird now, but you can still see everything, and it's so clear, even with the little mishap I had. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that into the nail lamp, and then as you can see, it dried or cured nicely, nice and clear, and everything. So now we're going to do the rest of the nails off camera, and I'll be right back. Alright, so here are all the nails after I applied the polygel. I also went ahead and filed and buffed off camera as well. I'll do an in-depth video about polygel freehand application a little later, but today our main focus is just the nail art. So this is what we're going to do. This is what we're working with. So now I'm just going to go ahead and apply a top coat. This top coat is from Modelones. So we're going to apply that directly onto the nails. And I found this part to be so satisfying because as you apply the top coat onto the scratchy mess, it actually basically makes all that white scratchiness just disappear and reveal a nice, clear and beautiful nail art underneath. And look at how pretty it looks. Oh, I love that. So we're just going to continue on and do this with the rest of the nails. Alright, so now we are all done applying the top coat onto everything. So we're just going to put that in the nail lamp. And here we go. This is what everything looks like after I took it out of the lamp and everything is cured and set. Now everything is all shiny and smooth and you can see everything underneath the polygel. And everything just looks so nice. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this and I hope everyone has a lovely Easter. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.